very foreboding feeling permeated the piece, with hints that then grew into warnings, that something wasn't quite right, and it implicated the viewer and the audience almost as a bystander, which I thought was really effective because it drew me in even more and made me feel more viscerally connected to the piece. The long sequence before the title I thought was very effective. I love a long sequence before that title. And the integration of music and score was really elevated the tone to make those moments of silence when they were there almost deafening. You could almost hear her heartbeat and the breathing. Really great storytelling throughout, and the miss of communication and the ending was solidly executed, if not um, made me kind of leave with a sense of despair.
I find it very interesting that they placed the title card in the middle of the film. It seemed as if I was watching two different storylines simultaneously building up to this moment that we find that comes to the bitter end. Unfortunately, we follow the perspective of our leading lady, and you can tell that I don't know, that the white that she's wearing is kind of ghastly and like sterile, and like something's off putting about it, to the point where you see her having this shattered glass of broken flowers, and it kind of establishes that there is this destruction to this romantic relationship. When you see her in her space with her husband, you see how uncomfortable and on edge and walking on eggshells that she's setting to be around him. And you find that she has this extreme close up on the eyes, and it's just really soft and pleading of seeking this need to get out and escape. And it's just really gut wrenching for this moment for us to see of this is how close she can be to escaping, yet she doesn't make it. And then you see just this extreme long shot of, this couple, and, she's seeing this moment of escape literally fade away, like in front of her eyes. It's really sad and off putting to see.
You do a great job of building suspense and keeping the tension throughout the entire piece, and introducing these dynamic characters where you are like second guessing yourself and questioning yourself as you're watching it of who could be, you know, um, up to no good. I think it was a really dynamic piece. Like I said, it was paced really, really well. You do a great job of building tension, and a great job of drawing it out to where it's not, losing the audience, but it's not giving it away as well. Really, really well done. Great job to the actors. Great job to whoever storyboarded this, and all these directorial choices of where things were going to go. It was shot really, really well. And
This film was really subtle in the way that it was unsettling. Um, I was really impressed by how um, the signs of abuse in this relationship were so expertly laid out for the audience, but very, very subtle in just the way that the wife reacted to the husband, and the ambiguous shot of the shattered vase and a hand picking up the pieces. So it was never blatant that, in the beginning at least, that this woman was being abused. There were just these very subtle signs. And then slowly you start to understand once she tries to get the plumber's attention. Um, and so seeing how desperate she was just makes the ending even more devastating. This film really makes you think of all the signs that you're missing in real life, of what can be going on around you that you're just unaware of, or you purposefully choose to ignore, um, so that you don't have to be a part of it in a way. So I thought that was a really cool way to call out bystanders in life. Overall, this film really looked really great also. Um, especially that shot of the broken vase. I thought that was beautiful.
We see nothing scary, nothing creepy, but that broken vase scene is just enough to understand what is happening. This submissive, totally different person from what you get from the introduction, frightened on the verge. It's just quite a clever plot twist, and the music score throughout the second half of the film gives it a mystery touch that you didn't expect from the beginning. This person is having the worst birthday ever, and that 50 split chance of getting the help she desperately needs. It's just so thrilling, and amazing performances and quite a unique plot.
They did such a good job of making her really, really seem small, hesitant, frightened, quiet. Like you could tell that she was just so uncomfortable the entire time, and there was just such an air of like arrogance and dominance and anger and all of these different things coming off of her husband. And then you have this poor plumber that's like just complete, like he feels like the situation's a little weird, which I think anybody would if you're being asked to wish somebody a happy birthday you've never met before. But obviously he feels a little bit of the tension, but he doesn't really know what to make of it. And he's just there to do his job. And I think like the thing about it that's so terrifying is like you can clearly see that he feels like something is wrong, but he doesn't know what to do, so he's not gonna say anything. And then her, like, basically desperate attempt, which I'm sure was like she's getting down to the end of her options here. And like that's such a scary thing, but I loved how they handled it because you didn't see anything like that the husband did that was actually outright bad. Like he like everything that you like actually physically saw, he was treating her fine. Like they were sitting at the table together, like nothing seemed like completely out of place, but they did such a good job of making like just because of the tension and like how she was behaving and how he was behaving that like something was very wrong.
It's a good job of just kind of really cranking up the tension here. We're wondering where it's going to go, what's going to happen. Somebody's bad here. Is it going to be the plumber? Is it the husband? Is she imagining things? What you just don't know what's going on, and there's a lot of suspense. So it's really cool. It's nice to see such a high tension kind of a story, an idea kind of taking place in a small contained location like that. So a really nice job of coming up with a good story that you could do on a budget there.